What's up, guys? This is just a quick little video. I want to talk about the mods that I'm currently using with Fallout 4. Kind of discuss what I think each of them are like. So I'll talk about just kind of go alphabetically, I guess, of them. Armor and Weapons Keyword Community Resource by Valdesil, Gambit77, and Dr. Danzel. This is it adds keywords to armor and weapons, like it sounds like it does, and it's necessary for a lot of other important mods that I've got. So that's what that's there for. Speaking of which, one of those is Armorsmith Extended. So Armorsmith Extended lets you craft armor and lets you do a lot of various sort of upgrading to your to different armors and all that. It's made by Gambit77. I like it a lot. Next thing we've got is the Automatron Securitron. Automatron Securitron is pretty awesome. It just allows you to craft Securitrons from Fallout New Vegas with the Automatron robot workbench. So that's pretty awesome. All right, AWKCR crafting patch for power armor carry capacity, and then the just standard crafting patch. What these two patches do is they let you create backpacks and other equipment that can increase your carry weight. And so I have those. They're both pretty cool. Better mod descriptions. Better armor mod descriptions, sorry. Just more clearly explains what armor mods are going to do. Tells you the exact numbers. Instead of it just saying increases VATs, increases action points and VATs. Instead, it'll say increases action points and VATs by 5%. Stuff like that. Better junk fences just makes better junk fences, like it sounds. Better Settlers. All right, so Better Settlers by Tom293. That is such a good mod. It makes your settlers spawn with different equipment. So you have settlers coming in all sorts of different configurations. You'll have ghoul settlers. You'll have, and then they'll be dressed in all sorts of different gear, carrying weapons and equipment of all different sorts. You'll have people dressed like Minutemen, carrying, little crank laser muskets. You'll have ghouls dressed in postman uniforms, carrying assault rifles, just all sorts of stuff. It does more than that, but that's the main thing. I'll come back to that one in a minute. Better weapon mod descriptions, same thing as the better armor mod descriptions, exactly. All right, boss chests contain legendaries. So nothing more annoying in Fallout 4 to me. Well, no, that's not true. A lot of things annoying in Fallout 4. One thing annoying in Fallout 4 to me is you go through a dungeon, quote unquote, or whatever. You get to the very end. There's always a steamer chest. You open the steamer chest, and 9 times out of 10, it's full of crap. And so this just adds a random legendary to every steamer chest. They're leveled correctly, so you're not going to get some game-breaking stuff early on. 9 times out of 10, that's trash too, because the problem with legendaries in Fallout 4 is they're not at all legendary. But at least it adds that to it. CMM Cartographer's Map Markers, Fallout 4 Edition. This thing is pretty awesome. I don't know if I can, no, I can't show you what it looks like here. This adds map markers to the in-game world map for all sorts of stuff. Just all sorts of points of interest, interior areas of Diamond City and Good Neighbor. You want to go directly to the third rail, you can go directly to the third rail. It allows you to customize it, change the colors, the shapes, the sizes. What I found with it is that it makes it so cluttered I have a hard time finding things sometimes, but I do still. So really one thing I find really annoying in Fallout 4 is how the companions run through ammo so quickly, especially if you give them automatic weapons. So with this, you give them 1 bullet for whatever gun they've got, and then they don't ever run out of ammo. They also aren't going to break power armor if you let them run around in your power armor, though I don't do that anyway. Conquest. So Conquest is pretty neat. This one allows you to create campsites wherever you're at. So you can, while you're traveling, you can create a little campsite, and then you can convert that campsite into a settlement, and it allows you to create 10 settlements. It doesn't allow you to name them, something about the way settlements are programmed. They can't have custom naming within the game, so they just automatically name them after, I believe, after developers of the game. But anyway, so it lets you create your own settlements. I've created a couple with them. You can set up supply lines to those settlements you create, though I found that to be a little buggy. It often takes a few minutes for the game to remember that there's a supply line there. Still very neat. Allows you to make some pretty cool settlements. I've got one inside a diner near the it's kind of near that laundromat that that's on top of that where the institute used to be, or I guess that's where you fight where Kellogg's at. Um, there's a diner there that I turned in, it's a Red Rocket truck stop. Sorry, it's a Red Rocket station. I changed it into a pretty cool little settlement. And then I've got another one near the slog. There's a kind of up on a hill. There's a settlement that has been overrun by super mutants, and so I turned that one into a settlement too, and that's pretty cool. And I also built one inside a skyscraper, though I don't really go to that one very much. Craftable ammo does what it says, very useful. Craftable cats, create cats and put them in custom combat armors, version 2, camo options added. This just lets you paint combat armor with different paint jobs, and so my main character runs around in kind of a black carbon fiber looking combat armor with brown straps and a shield logo on it. Shield is in from Marvel Comics. All right, Def UI. I feel like this is a mod. I can't imagine playing this game without this mod. This makes the user interface in so many different ways so much better, especially when it comes to I mean, just in every way you could think of. It's an essential mod to me. Display stands for model robots, Nuka-Cola bottles, etc. This just creates, just like the bobblehead display stand that you can craft, it allows you to craft some for model robots and Nuka-Cola bottles. Sorry, I haven't been saying the names. That's by Secret Agent 99. All right, do it yourself allows you to create clutter for shelves and bookcases. So that's what it does. You create these custom shelves that you can then just snap these pretty wide variety of clutter onto. Really makes settlements look more lived in. Docile ragstags just stops ragstags from being hostile automatically. Allows you to walk up to them a little bit closer anyway. And the biggest thing is it's not that ragstags ever like ran up and attacked you anyway. It's that they turn hostile and put you in battle mode, and then you couldn't do stuff like fast travel and whatnot. Now you can approach a ragstag without going into battle mode and not being able to fast travel. All right, don't call me settler. It just renames the settlers, gives them random names, dynamically assigns job titles to them: farmer, scavenger, doctor, etc. Changes the in-game sex ratio, so you can make it however you want. I made it 50-50. The game by default is not 50-50, I don't believe. Allows you to set settlers to essential, protected, or mortal. So I set them to mortal so that they can be killed in raids, which I think they're not in the vanilla game. That's about it, and you put it together with better settlers, and it makes much better settlements in terms of the settlers, at least. Elemental missile launcher allows you to craft elemental missiles that do, like ice damage and stuff like that. I have not actually messed with that one at all. Equipped armor weight reduction just reduces how much how much weight armor takes up when it's equipped. Not by a lot, but it's enough to make a difference. Fallout 4 hotkeys does what it sounds like. Allows you to create sets of hotkeys to do other stuff. So you'll see in some of my other videos that I'm playing that I'm able to change fully change from one uniform to another. Just completely different set of clothing and weapons with a single button press. I've got my numpad set to a bunch of different assortments of gear for different situations. and that is done partially with Fallout 4 hotkeys. Full dialogue interface allows you to see the full dialogue of what you're going to say instead of it just saying funny or whatever. So I like that a lot. I think that was, again, something that they really messed up with Fallout 4. Functional weapon racks, no longer necessary. I can't remember which DLC added weapon racks, but whichever one it was made this mod no longer necessary, but I still got it because I've got some up that I didn't replace. Gas mask upgrades allows you to upgrade gas masks and other masks with ballistic fiber and with other mods. Just a nice little thing. Good Neighbor Home, bigger rooms version. So I loved the player home mods in Skyrim. I thought I'd check out some on Fallout 4, and so I checked this one out because it's highly recommended. It's fine. I don't ever use it. I don't have any with my current game. I don't really hang out in Good Neighbor. I'm really playing a high settlement one, and you can't do supply lines. You can't send people to go stay there. So it's nice and everything, but it's well done. But I don't really use it. Grab the damn mag. This causes you to actually grab the magazine when you're changing when you're reloading magazine-loaded weapons. It just adds. It's such a small minor tweak, but it increases immersion. Gunners overhaul. So what this one does is it makes, first of all, the gunners are initially not hostile, and it says friendly. They're not necessarily friendly. They're still jerks, but they're not going to kill you on sight. They're not just raiders and army fatigues now. They actually act like mercenaries, and you can pay them to leave you alone, which I don't ever do. I kill them anyway, but still. It also changes their uniforms, gives them better uniforms. I think it actually gives them like patches on their uniforms that match the National Guard units that would actually be in that area of Massachusetts, for instance. It adds working contractors that you can pay to, because you can build up a gunner bounty by killing gunners, and then you can go to a working contractor and pay them off to pay off your bounty. That also creates what they call gunner beast hunters, which are they have contracts for you to go do certain things, and then doing all 5 will give you an achievement. So kind of neat. Immersive vendors just makes the vendor stalls look a lot better and adds more variety to them. Improved map with visible roads makes the roads visible on the map. Yeah, there's nothing else to say about that. It makes the map look better. It plus the one we were looking at a minute ago with all of the cartographer map, the cartographer one earlier, together makes the map a lot better. Key Nuker is nice. It just takes all of the key cards and puts them all as a single item. You have a key ring with all the keys on it that you can look at them individually also, but allows you. It doesn't take up your inventory with all these different key cards. Legendary modifications. So this mod allows you to craft legendary modifications. You can set it to different settings. I have mine set to where you can't craft legendary modifications. You have to before you take them off of another. So if I'm a pistol-only character and I get a rifle with a really great mod on it, legendary mod, I can take that legendary mod off of the rifle and put it on the pistol. And so it's pretty neat. Allows you to get legendaries and them not all just feel like useless. Multiple floor sandboxing. What this does, if you notice in the game, NPCs almost never walk up and down stairs. So you build yourself this beautiful 3-4 story house, and your NPCs hang out on the first floor. And so, like for instance, in my main settlement, I've got an apartment building in Sanctuary with all of my beds in it, and my settlers will only sleep on the first floor. And so this makes it to where they will walk up on the other floors more often. So that's it. Nano suit. This creates a really beautiful suit that if you've seen any of my other videos, you've seen this suit. It just creates. It's hard to describe. It's kind of like a black carbon fiber suit. Kind of very much reminds me of maybe Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. Anyway, NCR Veteran Ranger Armor. That's right. NCR Veteran Ranger armor from Fallout New Vegas in Fallout 4. You can't mod it, and it's heavy as hell. I wear the mask and helmet, and I've got, I think I've got Piper running around. Oh no, I think I have Piper running around in the actual outfit, and it looks pretty cool. Northland Diggers. Okay, so that mod, the title didn't tell you anything, but I know what this one is. This one creates a bunch of custom workstations that you can craft in your settlements. And so there will be one that's a butcher shop. And so you assign a settler there, and then you can go by and get leather and meat from it periodically. You can harvest leather and meat from it. Or more useful, there's one that's a nuclear waste one that you can get nuclear waste from. There's a metal one that you can get aluminum from, and so on. So if you're big on crafting and big on settlements, then it's very useful to have. OC Decorator allows you to basically take items that are in your inventory and craft them as settlement placeable items that you can then place as though there's something you're crafting in the settlement. So very nice. OS labels, assume, I don't know what that is. Outfit switcher with hotkey loadout. So this was some mod earlier. This mod plus the hotkey mod together allow you to switch outfits with a single button press. Radioactive replaces the classical radio station with a new set of 29 songs. I don't really do the classical station very much, and so that's nice to just have it's got a lot of fairly lore-friendly songs that fit into the Fallout universe really well. Raider Overhaul, and it says it's a work in progress. That picture right there on the right should say everything you need to know about this mod. But if you need to know more, this mod just basically overhauls all the raiders, makes them much tougher to kill, and it creates lots of cool custom armor like this raider power armor that has like is made out of like road signs and license plates. And all right, next we have realistic lens glasses retexture. Such a minor little thing, but it just makes them look better. Saw blade launcher creates a saw blade launcher, and it's awesome. I have it turned off because the guy that made it, I'm sorry, man, whoever you are, but you made them way too common. They're everywhere. I'm just like every time I get attacked, if I get attacked by 5 raiders, 4 of them have saw blade launchers, and it's frustrating. Not because they're good, but just because that's all I'm picking up anywhere anymore is just saw blade launcher after saw blade launcher, and saw blade everywhere I go. So I turn that one off for now. Settlement attacks beyond. So this is something in Fallout 4 is such a dumb thing. You make a settlement, you build a big, impenetrable wall around it, and super mutants spawn in the middle of your settlement anyway. That's really dumb. Doesn't make any sense. Settlement attacks beyond just moves the spawn location for random attacks to just outside the area of your settlement, so that if you've built walls around your settlement, they have to go to your gate and attack your gate, as would make sense. Like, it just blows my mind that that's not already, that's had to be fixed. Settlement garage sale, what this does, this adds a number of craftable cash registers, lock boxes, and stuff like that you can put in your settlement. You fill them up with stuff you want to sell, and then go away for a while. You come back, I think it takes a couple of in-game days, come back, and there's cash in the register instead, or bottle caps, I should say, in the register instead. They sells for a much lower price than what my high charisma character gets from going to a vendor, but when you're just, when I've just crafted 150 jet, and I don't want to then travel to a vendor to sell it, I just drop it in the cash register next to my chem station, and I get enough money that it's not a big deal. So I like that one a lot. Settlement management software allows you to manage your settlements from a computer terminal. So you craft a computer terminal, you have a holotape you load into it, and then you're able to sit there and assign settlers to specific jobs, beds, supply lines, different settlements, all that kind of stuff, all from the console there. So that's pretty cool. Spring cleaning lets you scrap pretty much everything inside settlements. It's awesome. It's also really easy to destroy your game from, so be careful. T49, Armor of the Storyteller. This just, if you've watched any of the videos, the Storyteller videos, this lets you craft the armor from that. So pretty cool. Take Cover. I have this one turned off because it's not working for me right now. I'm having bugs with it, but it allows you to take cover, like it says. It creates a cover mechanic. So pretty cool. Travel backpack layer retexture just allows you to crap. It's another backpack mod. This is my favorite one. I use this one a lot. It's amazing. It just creates these amazing, amazing storms all over the Commonwealth. So great. Unlimited Companions framework lets you have unlimited companions. I have it turned off because it's bugged for me to where you can't get rid of them once you have them. So, unofficial Fallout 4 patch fixes things that Valve should have fixed themselves. I say Valve, sorry, that Bethesda should have fixed themselves. Battlesteel's item sorting. It's amazing. It makes the game so much easier to go through your stuff. Valentine Reborn. Look at that. Look at that beautiful craggy face. I love Valentine, and this just makes him beautiful. It also actually redoes synths as well. So pretty cool. I think that they probably have some pictures of the synths. Yeah, so you can see there's just, it's just a retexture for Valentine, and it's awesome. Value to weight ratio. This allows you, every time you pick up an item, it tells you how much it's worth in regards to how much it weighs. Very good for when you're picking up trash to sell. Vendor caps just increases how many caps vendors have. Visible companion affinity. Whenever you gain or lose affinity of a companion, it tells you not just that they didn't like that, but it tells you the actual number that your affinity has gone up or down, and tells you what your current affinity is, and you can customize it to different views. WATM enhanced. I don't know what that is. Wasteland Grunts, Gunners Reborn. So this one just, this is the one that adds the cooler uniforms. So you can see they have Wasteland Airmen, Wasteland Grunt, and then if you zoom in, you'll see that the patches that they wear on their arms are based on Massachusetts National Guard units, which is pretty cool. Their power armor looks like U.S. Army power armor. I mean, not power armor, their combat armor. So, wearable backpacks, another backpack mod. I like my backpacks. Westech Tactical Optics, Night Vision, Thermal Vision. This lets you create some goggles straight out of Splinter Cell. There you go, straight out of Splinter Cell. I don't actually use them, but they do look cool. And the WM Chinese Assault Rifle standalone mod. This brings us the Chinese Assault Rifle back to Fallout. It looks amazing. It's balanced. It's not too powerful. It's not too weak. It goes into the leveled list. I have not had a single unique drop with it, or legendary drop from it, but with the legendary crafting mod, I've added legendaries to it. It's great, and it sounds good, it looks good, and it's dangerous when you get a gang of raiders carrying them and coming after you. All right, so that's all the mods I'm currently using at the moment. I'm going to be adding a few more here pretty soon, and when I do, I'll let you know. Till then, take it easy.